All right, we ready? All right, guys.
Am I giving you 90s tea?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's giving everything. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Pause. You guys already know who I am and you love me, you follow me everywhere. I am your leader in this space. But today we have another leader of her own in her own right. She is a multifaceted creative. She DJs. She is the co-host of Lamarck After Dark with 4 seasons under her belt, producing her own beats as well. I need everyone to give a warm welcome to Chelsea!
I'm so excited to be here.
Wait, okay, period. Let's give the audience a little bit of insight. So we hopped on the phone a couple of days ago because I was like, I need to know more about you, babe, because you search, you're like mysterious vibes, but you are creative and you put out art and you put out work. So like growing up, what did little you say, or what did little you see and you were like, I want to be like that?
Ooh, as far as like music and performance, I saw that. I also saw Olivia Pope, and I thought I was gonna do that.
Olivia
too.
Pope, period.
Yeah, no, I literally thought I was gonna get into something else, but I've
Right.
always loved music, and like my family were a very musical family. Always grew up listening to everything under the sun. You would wake up to music playing, so that's how you know it was time for school. You know it was time to get up and clean.
Okay.
You know, whatever it was. So for me, I don't know. I just always saw myself being in a freeing and creative space, or Olivia Pope. I don't even care about that. But yeah, no, creativity definitely means the most to me. So I'm proud of myself for continuing to grow into the space.
So you self-proclaimed a cult following. You said, babe, people follow me. People know who I am. However, you are like, there's another way to do this.
Yeah,
which is also really fascinating and interesting. In 2024, you are just, that is like the way to go against the grain. Is like, everyone is on social media doing the thing, and yes, we know that there's a formula there, but there's also, that's not the only formula.
Yeah, and I think when you give people bit by bit, it's a little better. When you leave that veil, you can't give people everything. They don't know you. People think they know you. They make up whatever version of you they like in their head based off of what they view and how they put it through their perspective. So you really give people how you want to be perceived. And for me, I don't really care to be perceived. I don't really care to be seen. I want to be heard. So that's what I'm about. My link is in my bio. Like, and if you really want to follow me, then you can click follow and I might follow you back. You know, if there's a mutual there or whatever. But I don't really feel the need to be a constant on social media. I think when you build a genuine following with people, when people can genuinely see what you're doing, they fuck with that. Excuse me, am I about to curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay, they fuck with that. And when you put stuff out, they're interested. Even if they haven't heard in a while, they're like, oh shit, Chelsea's been to, or she, whatever, like, where's she been?
What's your, like, what draws you to DJ? Because you really do have the look, it's giving. Like, if I saw you outside at the record room and I'm over here like, okay, Chelsea.
I think being able to curate the vibe. I love good music and I love good transitions, and I love when you're able to tell a story. I love when you're able to take unique pairings and put them together, and I think that's what I bring, and I think people enjoy that. And I also I feel like you go to a lot of the clubs or a lot of the more popular places, you know what you're going to hear. You might know what they're going to play. And I think what's interesting about me is you don't know what I'm going to play. I might play a jazz track and mix it with some country. Like, you don't know, you know? So, like, I really like that. Just being able to bring a unique perspective, give people something they didn't never heard before maybe, but they're still having a good time.
Are there any times where you like want to kind of uplift or platform an underground artist and add them into your set and like make sure that they are also, even if it's not a song people may know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do that all the time. I think there's quite a few of my mixes or tracks on my SoundCloud where you'll catch like songs that people might not know, and I just flipped it or I remixed it. So that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy things that are not super mainstream.
Yeah.
It's just so easy for things to get saturated nowadays, and to me that's boring. You have to figure out ways to stay unique and creative, and I think authentic, and people feel that and see that when you're able to introduce them to something they've maybe never heard before.
So to circle back a little bit on the branding of who you are and what you do, back to kind of the social media part of it, what is your plan for growth and for, making sure that all of your accomplishments, your personal accomplishments that you want to do and your goals are, checked off?
To continue to network and to continue to put out work. Even if you don't post pictures every day or you don't post something every day, I think when you put out a nice body of work or you put out something unique, you promote that. And also just making sure that you have a good network, tap into your resources, people, like I had no idea that I'd be here right now today and I'm in a room here full of creatives. Like this is a whole new network to tap into. So constantly always making sure I'm in positions like that.
Do you have a personal timeline? I feel like a lot of times I speak to creatives and it's kind of like I'm getting older or time is against me or like you see people pop on TikTok 1 2 3 virality and they put in 2 seconds, you're putting in years and really putting in the work. And how do you kind of balance you and that internal monologue?
I did feel that way when a couple years ago I felt that way. I'm like, I'm coming to like my late 20s, like what am I gonna do? But majority of my favorite artists did not even pop until they were in their 30s. Like if you look up some of your favorite people, you probably think they're younger. They're not. Or maybe they might be lying, but some of them do. But a lot of them are like in their 30s, and I'm not at that point anymore where I'm afraid to age. I think it's a beautiful thing that I've come this far and I embrace that. And there's millions of other people out there that are in the same boat as me. So I do it for them. I do it for that representation. I'm not afraid of that. I used to be though. Like, what if I fizzle out? No. When you stay authentic to who you are, and I'm gonna keep repeating that because that's really what I live by. I don't feel like you can. There's no age is really a concept. Yeah. And I'm always inspired by. Do you know who JPEG Mafia is? No. Okay, so he's like a really dope producer artist, and he is in his 30s as well. And he said something. He was like, "Yo, I used to have like 10 followers on my SoundCloud." And I just kept going. I did not give a fuck. And yeah, I'm in my 30s now. I don't care. Like, I'm still rocking. And you would never know. So things like that inspire me. And I just keep going because it doesn't matter. You could be a 50, 60-year-old DJ. If you're rocking it, you're rocking it. 50, and that's actually even more impressive.
Right. I was about to say, that's a brand in itself. Exactly. Like, people will eat that up.
Yeah, but as far as a timeline, not really. I've achieved so much in the last 2 years. And I just hope to keep that energy going.
Well, here at Pause, we love playing games. So we have a little game prepared for you. It's called Plead the Fifth, inspired by Wildin' Out. Okay. So I have some questions here. You can only plead the fifth to one of the questions. You can only use, and you're not going to know the rest of the questions. Okay. So,
no problem. Let's go.
Has there ever been a moment on your pod where you were bored and checked out? And who was it? And don't say Shawn.
No, not Shawn's episode. Not at all. His was interesting. Oh my gosh. I don't want to. Okay, so yes, there's been a couple times. But one time, let me see. I don't want to call them out.
Give us like the top. What were they talking about that just like.
Okay, the topic was relationships, if I'm not mistaken. And the person, they were coming on by themselves, but then they also brought a group of friends after, because I think we did 2 episodes together. And the episode with just him, it was a man. It was kind of boring. But when the friends came, it was good. But I don't want to call them out.
All right.
Okay.
You don't got to call them out, but that technically is not the rules. But, we'll do that for you. Okay. All right. Phillisha on our team is your cousin. Who is your least favorite cousin?
Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I can say this because she's not going to watch this. I have an older cousin named Sharon that lives back in Jamaica, and she's like super Christian. She is overbearing sometimes. She's probably my least favorite.
Okay. Sorry, Sharon. Phillisha, would you agree?
She don't know her. That's my other side of the family. You see how I didn't answer for that side of the family?
She said, I don't know, Sharon.
But Phillisha's my favorite on that side.
Okay. All right. Next question is, read your last spicy text out loud. Actually, let's all read our last spicy text. Shawn, right? What you be saying to people?
Okay, so we have this little phrase where we say freaky frog. We just like alliteration. So he was like, I'm not even going to make a freaky frog joke right now. I said, be whatever freaky frog you want to be.
Look, her voice. Wait, her voice. Your voice got so like quiet and so like you could be whatever freaky frog you want to be.
And I want to be a lily pad, and I want you to be the freaky frog. So
That was your last freaky text?
yeah.
Girl, what? What are 3 songs that you are tired of hearing in DJ sets?
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Like, that's the anthem, but please, Lord.
Enough.
I'm a little tired of certain drill music that you hear all the time. Even though it is catchy, I do like it, but I don't need to hear any more Cash Cobain right now.
Right. Right.
People go hard. Her and Mary J, like, you cannot say anything about their names in this city. And everybody's like, what you say about Mary J? She cannot sing. I'm gonna let y'all have it, though. Yeah. Sorry. I hope she doesn't ever... Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Don't do that to Miss Mary.
No, I'll take Faith.
So I want to get into some podcast stuff.
Yeah.
You are the co-host of Lamarck After Dark. Give us a little synopsis. What do you guys talk about? What's the gag? What's the vibe?
Absolutely. We talk about everything. We don't really have a limit. So just same here, how you like highlight creatives. We do that. We speak on issues within the community. We talk a lot about sex, sexuality. Well, not a lot. We've toned it down because people are like, y'all a little too freaky. And we're like, we're just, you know. We talk about worldly issues. We talk about mental health. Oh, mental health has been a big thing for us because Lamarck and I are very big on that as well. And then you also asked, as far as social media, I want to loop back just real quick. A big reason why I am the way I am with that is due to mental health. I just see around me how just it negatively affects everyone when you over consume. You start to compare yourself in many different ways, sometimes subconsciously, not even noticing it. And I never really want to put myself in that box. So that's another reason why I'm big on that. But yeah, mental health is big for us as well.
Mental health is big for me too, babe. But honestly, if I wanted my you heard me? Mental health. If I wanted my mental health to be really good, I would just move in the middle of a jungle.
That too. But then what happens when you get bored of that and you need a little loving?
I promise you I won't.
Ooh, okay. I hear it. What's your sign, by the way?
Guess.
I have 2 guesses.
What are your
guesses?
I'm
not wrong. I'm going to say, actually 3.
Oh.
Virgo.
You might as well go down the list.
Okay. A Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Pisces?
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries?
I'm an Aries.
Okay, so you're a fellow fire sign.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Leo!
Yeah, so I'm here for the energy.
Yeah, I'm here. Honestly, it's just... I think I in recent years, speaking of mental health, have really tried to tone down my fire and just reel it in and like watch what I say and just be careful and check myself. But I promise you, it's in there. Oh, and my friends get it. My friends, like, anytime I'm feeling something and I need to like release, I'll be like, no, because this motherfucking bitch. Yep. And then I'll call the person. I'll be like, hey babe, like, how are you? Like, I just want to make sure that
That's our Aries friends are good for that. Y'all are like the chaotic bosses.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get shit done even if you have to wreck a couple things in the process. You'll fix it later, though.
Yeah, I'll fix it later. And it's just like, I just want to be,
Yeah. Very straight to the point. Very handle business. Very,
How did you and Lamarck pair and like decide that you guys wanted to do this?
So when I first moved to New York, my first job, so I originally, how I got into all of this is I started in radio. Started radio in college. That's how I started DJing, everything. So when I left Miami, I took a radio job up here. I was a promotions assistant, and so was Lamarck. And there wasn't many people of color, yet women of color on the team. So when he found that I was coming, he was waiting for me at the door. Like, literally, I walked in, he was like, oh, you're Chelsea. And I was like, hi, hello. He's like, I'm Lamarck. I'm going to be a star. And I was impressed. I'm like, I love when people are bold. They know who they are. They just walk up to you. And we literally hit it off. Like, that same day, I remember we were in a pizza shop after we were done with work, just chatting, talking. We almost cried, talking about our life stories and all that. And we just stayed friends ever since. He's literally one of my closest friends and probably... Yeah, my first real friend in New York. Yeah. And so when he started, he already had a different podcast he was doing called The Fresh Movement. And then he ended that, rebranded, and started Lamarck After Dark. So his first season, I hosted a couple of episodes with him, and the feedback was really good. So he asked me, will you join me for, like the rest of the show? And I was like, sure, why not? And then it turned into what it is now. And like, we have like a real following and people actually really love the brand. So it's been beautiful to work together and be able to keep the professionalism and handle business while still maintaining our friendship.
Yeah, I want to like dig a little bit into that. Are there boundaries that you guys explicitly set, or are you guys just in this kind of like really beautiful dance of just knowing when to turn it on, when to turn
I think
it off?
because we were friends first, it makes it easy. We have a very big respect factor. I understand him, he understands me, and we just know what lines not to cross. We know how to speak to each other and have certain conversations, even if it's difficult. We know when we need to speak up. If you need to advocate for yourself, like, hey, I'm not feeling good this week, maybe we should do it like this or whatever. We talk about those things, and we don't let the show business get in the way of our friendship, because right after that we talking about something. Girl, let me tell you what the fuck, like, yeah, like we'll get into that later. So I think we have a really fine balance, and we just keep it that way. Like, we always keep that separate.
That's beautiful. Before you go, what we do here, something we do here is before we let any of our guests go, I always love hearing advice from your side of the aisle. Do you have any advice for me, for us, as we continue on our journey from one creative to another?
Yes. Okay, so my advice has been saying it the whole show: stay true to yourself, stay authentically you. That will get you through a lot of different things. Don't ever feel like you have to fit into anybody else's box. And a no is simply a no on that side. Keep going till you get that yes. And don't be afraid to try things. Just jump into it. I'm being a hypocrite because I'm always afraid, but then I'll jump into it. So I would say continue doing that. And as far as the team, keep respect as the number one. And just know the difference between when you're handling business and when you're handling something personal. Keep those two things separate. You can turn up together, but handle your business first. Make sure all of that's locked down. And don't take things personal when it comes to the business. Like, always put what's going to be best for the business first.
Yes. Okay. I receive it. I receive it. Thank you so much for stopping busy by. You are always welcome. Of course, girl. I really do appreciate you and everything that you're doing. I think in a world where it's like, I feel like everyone is just looking for instant validation, you come in and you're like, I'm okay with the slow growth. Like, I'm okay. Like, I don't need anything instant, because nothing instant is worth it for you.
Quality, not quantity.
Okay. And so with that, let's clap it up for Chelsea.
Thank you so much for having me. I wish you guys much success on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
I have a lot of favors done for me where I know that dancers get paid a lot more than what I have to pay them right now. There was a time where I walked around with a raccoon tail. That was like high school days.